Thanks for listening to Gossip with Celebrity, brought to you by Celebrity.com. This week we talk about the royals. We end with our weekly feature, The Comments of the Week. The stories, photos, and tweets we talk about can be found at Celebrity.com/podcast under episode 188. Hi, I'm Katie, the founder and editor of Celebrity.com, and I write as Celebrity.
And I'm Chandra, I'm the head writer for Celebrity, and I write as Kaiser.
So we haven't recorded in about 3 months. It's been since like July. I don't want to work as much because I don't want to face reality, I guess. So I've just been trying to like watch shows, and I've been getting DVDs out of the library sometimes, and I guess I have my head in the sands. But I mean, we have this job, you know, we're doing a service that way, and I've been going to protests and stuff, but it's hard to face reality, I'll just say that.
Yeah, it comes in waves for me. Sometimes I'm paying close attention to like certain stories, and then other times I'm like, no, I can't even fucking deal with this.
Like, I just wonder how long it's going to be till they're kidnapping people by us. You know, it's horrific.
Oh, you mean in our state?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been thinking about that a lot because of my name, because of how I look. And I'm like, oh, what would I do if they came up to me? I saw this like first person story of a black guy. He was a mail carrier, or he is a mail carrier. And I stopped him, and they didn't believe that he was a mail carrier. They didn't believe that he worked for the U.S. Postal Service. They had their hands on their guns and everything.
Yeah. It's
horrific.
Yeah, it's despicable. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Why we haven't had a podcast.
Yeah. And I mean, we have like consumed a lot of culture and a lot of stuff. I wanted to like give a shout out to Dexter Resurrection. I came to the show very late because I didn't realize it was on already over the summer. And when I finally like caught a marathon, I was like, holy shit, this show is good.
Oh, nice.
It really is. This season, It was like Dexter meeting all of these other serial killers. Oh, it was so good.
Nice.
And I watched The Materialists, which was not a good movie, but
I haven't seen it.
I appreciated some parts of it. Like there were some interesting ideas in there. It was just not a great movie.
All right. I saw One Battle After Another. I liked it. I thought it was a little long. It was hard to take at times, but it was good. Like, my son loved it. Like, he was raving about it. And I was like, okay, I'll go see it. And I liked it. I wasn't like, I'm not a huge P.T. Anderson fan, but I appreciate what he's doing, if that makes sense. Like, I don't watch his movies and go, wow, but it was good. I also saw The Long Walk. Oh, I loved that. It is really hard to take, but I like movies that like make me feel something, and it really made me, you know, horrified. It was good.
I think Cooper Hoffman is a great young actor. I think he's very talented.
He can act, yeah.
I like that so many directors are giving him a chance. Like he's building his career in the right way. It's not like, oh, you know, we're going to give you a franchise, blah, blah, blah. You know, he's just kind of doing whatever he wants. He's auditioning. He's an interesting young man.
He was really watchable in that. I liked his co-star too, David Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
He's British. I didn't know he was British till I covered a story. And the two of them are going to be in a new movie together.
Yeah, apparently they became best friends on The Long Walk.
Yeah. You could tell there was a really good camaraderie between a lot of the actors. I want to give a shout out to this Canadian show that aired in the early 2000s. I subscribed to Roku Howdy, which is like $3 a month, and it's got all these old movies on it, no ads. They have this show called Corner Gas. It is a goofy, early 2000s Canadian comedy set in Saskatchewan, and it's hilarious. Like, I cry laughing almost every episode. I told my mom about it, and she watched the entire thing in like 2 weeks. Like, it's got 6 seasons or something. I'm still in the 3rd season, but it was a nice little show, and I watch it sometimes. Oh, I went to the state fair.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So we went to this county fair near us, and we saw the young kids showing their pigs. And I thought it was adorable, so I made it a mission to go see the pigs at the state fair. And I did. It was so cute.
You're talking about like the young farmers or 4-H club?
The 4-H kids, and they get like scholarships and stuff, and they show their pigs, and then they have a man out there who like judges the pigs, and you're supposed to kind of look up, and you have this little like stick thing that you use on each side of the pig to get it to walk, and the pigs trot around, and they're so cute and smart. So that was nice.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I know you didn't grow up in the country, but I did. And, like, that's nothing new to me. Like, of course kids are raising pigs.
Well, I had one friend with a pig. My friend Sarah had a pig. We were over at her house, and that pig got out. It was like the mama pig. We had to go inside while her dad called her uncle to come catch it. It was like a menace.
That's like a pet pig, though. I mean, I went to school with kids who grew up on farms and like who got up early to like milk the cows.
It
and
was
shit
a
like
farm.
That.
I mean, I grew up upstate New York. It was a farm.
I'm really going to date myself here and tell you how country I was. So I remember in middle school, kids getting off from school because hunting season started.
Oh, yeah.
That's country.
That is country. I don't remember it happening near me, but maybe it did. All right, well, let's talk about the Royals, because there's so much Royals news. So, since we've recorded, the second season of With Love, Meghan came out, and we've also had drops of As Ever products and the wines, but you and I don't drink, so we haven't tried the wines.
I really like the apricot jam. Don't send me hate mail. Don't yell at me. I did not like the marmalade.
Okay, well, I didn't like either. I like the raspberry jam. You can't replace that stuff. I tried that Maman, whatever. There's nothing like that raspberry jam from As Ever. I want it back.
It's labeled coming soon on the As Ever site, so I really hope that she does bring back the raspberry jam. But I'm cool with the apricot.
It tasted like baby food to me.
The raspberry is elite. It is elite.
Yeah, there's nothing like that. Yeah, so she's been doing her thing, you know?
She was pretty quiet in September. Harry was the busy one. He like went to see his dad. He did like a 4-day tour of England, basically, and William was freaking out.
Oh, yeah.
And then he went to Ukraine, and like that made William basically have a nervous breakdown. So that was September. And Meghan was super quiet. And then she's been so visible in October.
So yeah, she went to the Balenciaga show a couple weeks ago at Paris Fashion Week. And that was a surprise to everyone because we hadn't heard about that before. And she just looked rich. She looked like glowy and rich and serene. Everyone was buzzing about her, and she got a lot of publicity for that label.
Seeing the reaction to her and like the British media freaking out about it, like I really wish that she'd just been doing this for years. I've always wished that she would do more with fashion, like become a brand ambassador, like get an ad campaign, something like that.
She's like Angelina Jolie for St. John or something. Like she can wear very classic, rich lady, simple stuff. Not simple, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not saying that like Meghan should do like Louis Vuitton. Absolutely not. Like leave that to the kids. Like do a grown-up brand ambassadorship, you know, like with Dior or Valentino or something like that. And like Angelina is very choosy with her sponsorships and like campaigns too. Like right now she's only doing like Tom Ford lipstick.
Oh, okay. So Meghan is friends with Pierpaolo Piccioli. I looked up how to pronounce that and I wrote it out. That's Balenciaga's new creative director. He used to be the creative director at Valentino. And he told The Cut that he's been friends with her for years and that they text and that she asked if she could attend the show. So good for her, you know, and she was obviously very worth it for them.
Yeah, and they twisted that to say, oh, she begged to come. She wasn't even invited. Like, it was very clearly like her letting him know that she was available and that she would love to come. Yeah. Of course they jumped at that.
For real.
I mean, like, that was the storyline of Paris Fashion Week. And I think she probably did get an appearance fee, and I hope she did.
She was so worth it. I mean, everyone covered that story.
Exactly.
You can have all the celebrities in the world, but if Meghan shows up, it's going to be front and center on all the celebrity magazines.
Yeah, it's huge international news.
So when Meghan went to Paris, she posted a cute little Instagram story of like her feet in the limo while she was driving around at night, because it was kind of glamorous, you know? Mm-hmm. And then the Daily Mail is just the most ridiculous parody of a publication. They said that the video was insensitive because she was driving near the tunnel in Paris where Princess Diana died, which was absolutely not true. Like, even if she was driving near there, she probably wouldn't have known. And it wasn't taken near there. The video is from over 1 kilometer away from that tunnel.
She was filming a completely different bridge, and it was only a little tiny clip. And, like, they've been screaming about it for weeks. And in a recent column, they called it the Diana Death Tunnel, which to me is more offensive than
right?
Meghan's Instagram.
Right? Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine? That's so ridiculous.
And it wasn't like that was the sole Instagram story that she had from Paris. Like, she was posting pretty much the entire trip. And, like, that was the first clue that she was in Paris. She was, like, filming herself, like, walking through De Gaulle.
Yeah, so, whatever. Daily Mail's gonna Daily Mail, you know, please. It's like a joke at this point.
Yeah.
And so she attended the Fortune Summit in Washington last week, and she was talking about her businesses. And she went to a women's networking dinner over the weekend held by Emma Grede. And these are just like nice business moves that she's making.
And they hate it.
They hate it.
The British people hate it, and they're crying about it, and they're trying to find any sort of angle to criticize her. Like, they said she was dressing like Victoria Beckham. Oh, they were totally mad about the women's dinner because the food was vegan, and there were all these women there, and why weren't men invited? Jesus.
Give me a break. And then last week, Harry and Meghan got honored for their charity work in New York City. They were at Project Healthy Minds World Mental Health Day Festival. And so they've done a couple things together, too, apart from that. And that's nice to see them together as a couple.
Yeah, it was the day before World Mental Health Day and the day that Harry and Meghan were being honored by Project Healthy Minds. Kate published a little essay that she co-authored about how phones are bad for kids. And so all of the British coverage was Harry and Meghan are talking about Kate's subject, the subject of Kate's essay. They're bandwagoning on Kate. No, they are not.
I mean, they've been involved with this cause for well over a year. They announced it, and they've been trying to work with parents whose children were harmed online. Like, remember when they were on CBS about that?
Yeah, they founded the Parents Network more than a year ago.
Yeah. How is Kate trying to get in? It's so transparent and obvious. And then Will and Kate made a surprise visit to Northern Ireland last week. Like, yeah.
Yeah, but they've been MIA this week because their kids are out of school, so they're on vacation, which is why I find it weird, and we're going to talk about this next, the Prince Andrew situation. It's been huge this week that we're recording, and they keep saying, oh, Prince William feels this way. Prince William is doing this. Prince William is on fucking vacation, like always.
He's probably texting his little...
I don't even think it's him texting. It's his staff.
Okay.
If that.
So it was last Friday, October 17th. The news came out in the afternoon that Prince Andrew was voluntarily no longer using his titles. He wrote, quote, "With His Majesty's agreement, we feel I must now go a step further. I will therefore no longer use my title or the honors which have been conferred upon me. As I have said previously, I vigorously deny the accusations against me." So he's like, I'm not guilty, but I'm just going to do this to placate you people. And he's still going to keep Royal Lodge. This is the thing. He has kind of stepped back from royal life, but Charles has been letting him show up at events, and we're seeing him, and he's being photographed there. So has Charles's kind of
support. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so a few things. I think there was a deal worked out between Andrew and Charles last week. And the deal was Andrew makes this, half-assed, relinquishes titles, bullshit. And he gets to keep Royal Lodge, and his daughters keep their titles. Like, that was the deal, I think, worked out between the two brothers.
Yeah.
As far as like seeing him at family events, what I always say is the family for the past 5-6 years, the family has been doing way too much for an audience of one. They put Andrew and Fergie front and center as a message to Harry. And now it's blown up in their fucking faces.
Because Harry didn't do anything except stand up for his wife.
Except leave. Yeah. That was Harry's biggest crime, is that he left. And they paraded Andrew and Sarah around at Christmas and Easter and all of these family occasions because they were trying to send a message to Harry that this could have been your life. You still would have been invited to all of these events if you had stayed, if you had divorced your wife and stayed.
Ugh.
That's what I believe, anyway.
I like what you wrote, and you basically said this in the intro to your story about how Andrew isn't losing his perks. Like, he'll be able to host shooting parties and he'll be able to make use of the royal estates. And you wrote that the reason why they've all covered for Prince Andrew for decades is because they don't have a problem with anything he's been accused of doing or which he has actually done. They have an issue with Prince Harry because he walked away from them. So, yeah.
That is exactly it.
Yeah.
And the thing about the royal perks is that...
all I did was just repeat what you just said in your own words, so...
Well, thank you for quoting me, and of course I agree.
Just said. Oops. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, some of it is performative. I genuinely think that Charles just believes that his brother did not rape anyone.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Charles's blind spot. Maybe he's just so self-absorbed he couldn't even imagine it. So I think he's, at a fundamental level, he just believes Andrew. He believes Andrew's denials.
Yeah.
I don't know. As far as like everyone else, like the aristocracy and like all of the people who usually defended Andrew, I don't know what the situation is there and what will get them to change their minds. Like, hopefully it's this week. Hopefully it's Virginia Giuffre's book coming out and like all of the excerpts from it and her personal story and realizing like all of the damage that all of these men did to her.
It's just a shame she's not here to see everything come to fruition for her. Like, it must have been so troubling to put herself out there. Like, when Epstein's other victims came forward, and there were so many of them, I was like, wow, Virginia Giuffre really, she was the trailblazer, and she took all the heat for that. And yeah.
And she went about it so methodically, and she used the American legal system to her advantage in such interesting ways. I mean, like, over the years, she got a huge settlement from Epstein. She got a huge settlement from Ghislaine, I think, as well. And, like, she got the settlement from Andrew using the American courts. And, like, that was so smart.
Yeah.
And her lawyers were so great to, like, figure out ways to keep her story in the public sphere. And I don't know. Yeah, I admire her so much for just telling the truth, telling her truth.
Yeah. So Andrew relinquishing his title came after we saw a 2011 email he sent to Epstein. That was after the release of that photo of Andrew with Virginia Giuffre when she was 17, the one that we always see together. And Andrew wrote to Epstein, "We're in this together and we'll play some more soon." And it was so despicable and sycophantic. I can't ever say that word. How do you pronounce it?
Sycophantic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, Fergie did that too. Like, Fergie was kissing Epstein's ass after he got arrested because she was getting bankrolled by him for millions of dollars.
And the important thing about those emails coming out, both Sarah's and Andrew's emails, is that they sent those emails to Epstein after they had both publicly said they were not speaking to him.
Right.
That they had cut him off. And then they're sending emails like, see you later, bestie. Like, we love you.
Right? Ugh. Ugh.
It's so contemptible. And like Sarah's explanation for the email was, I was afraid he was going to sue me. Like, because she'd borrowed $2 million from him. So like,
much money. But Andrew in particular, he lied.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we knew he lied in his Newsnight interview, but it's even more egregious when you see this email. He told them that he cut ties with Epstein and that he spent 4 days with them just because he didn't want to chicken out and do it over the phone. So I wanted to play this segment that you included in one of the posts from British journalist Emily Maitlis, who interviewed him for Newsnight, talking about after she heard about the email.
Yeah, she was the infamous journalist who interviewed him in 2019 for the BBC. And that was the interview that basically caused this like 6-year slow motion fall from grace for Andrew.
So, all right, here's that segment.
Can I ask you how you took that email that emerged last week that Prince Andrew sent to Epstein saying, we're in it together, we'll play some more soon, when he told you in your Newsnight interview in 2019 that he'd broken off contact with Epstein the year before?
I felt quite sick, actually. He was categoric in 2019 in the Newsnight interview that he had come to stay with Epstein, and he used this very odd phrase to me. He didn't want to take the chicken's way out. It was the chicken's way of doing things to make a phone call. And so he'd come to stay with Jeffrey Epstein so he could break the news of the end of their friendship in person. We put it to him that you don't need to spend 4 days, 4 nights in a convicted paedophile's home attending house parties in order to break that news. And Andrew's response was, if anything, he had a tendency to be too honourable. That was his phrase, which kind of stuck in the gullet. And he went on this walk with Epstein in Central Park, and he said that was the time at which he had categorically broken off their friendship. He told me he left the next day. This email was written, we understand, 2 months later. And the tenor of it, the idea, not just that he was saying we're in this together, but signing off, let's play some more soon, does not suggest that he had ever finished that friendship, that he had ever broken off with Epstein.
I've liked everything that Maitlis has said this week. She's been interviewed a few times, and she's really like direct about, this shows that he lied about this, this, and this. And she's also kept a very human element of like talking about Virginia, Emily talking about how sick she feels, like realizing how many lies Andrew told.
Yeah, and the trauma that Virginia went through.
Right.
So Andrew still has his perks. He's hanging out at Royal Lodge, and you covered a story about how extensive that property is. They have a 30-room mansion, 6 cottages, plus a gardener's cottage, plus a security cottage, a pool, a tennis court, like
a chapel. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I did not know that before this week, that it was that extensive, the estate, this like mini estate on the greater Windsor estate.
Yeah, so he gets to sit there playing Call of Duty, watching golf, riding his horses or whatever he does, and nothing's going to happen to him. So there's going to be a parliamentary inquiry into his living arrangements because, there's so much pressure politically to get rid of Andrew, and William wants to kick him out. So we kind of know once William is king, he's going to kick Andrew out. At least that's what he's telling everybody through sources.
Yeah, and William has wanted credit for all of this.
Yeah.
As soon as Andrew's statement came out last Friday, William went into overdrive briefing, I guess on his way to have a vacation. He was calling up reporters saying I was part of this conversation too. This wouldn't have happened without me, It was ridiculous.
He was shown, where were they when he was chatting with Andrew and he looked friendly with him and then he got all mad and told everybody he hated him?
Yeah, it was the Duchess of Kent's funeral.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And he's like, no, I really hate Andrew. What?
Oh, that was a big issue, honestly. And I still think it's real weird how everyone keeps saying that, oh no, William was absolutely furious. You could see it on his face. No, you couldn't.
No, he seemed pretty chummy with him at that point.
Yeah, they seem to be sharing a joke. Yeah, William, he wasn't upset by standing next to Andrew.
No.
And William wasn't upset driving Andrew to church in 2023 at Balmoral.
Exactly. So Beatrice visited her parents at Royal Lodge Monday, but she hasn't said anything about this, and Eugenie hasn't said anything about this. Eugenie lives in Portugal. And there's some talk about removing Beatrice and Eugenie's titles, but William doesn't seem to want this. I think they're pretty blameless and that they should just keep their titles. And
well, it's beneficial for Beatrice that she's being lumped together with Eugenie, because Eugenie, I think, is a lot cleaner in this situation. You know, Eugenie lives a pretty above board life. You know, she works for a art gallery. Her husband has his own job. They're not like
taking royal money.
Yeah, they aren't beholden to the Windsors for everything. Like, I think they do have a Grace and Favor cottage or something somewhere, but they're already half out of the institution.
Yeah.
Beatrice is more connected to her parents, and Beatrice is more connected to the institution. Like, Beatrice really wants to be a working royal. She's always wanted that.
I think they could make her one. I mean, they need more people. You know?
But they aren't going to, especially not now.
Yeah.
Not with Andrew and Fergie's situation. Yeah, I don't think they're going to take the titles. I think even if they end up taking Royal Lodge, Charles will probably stick to whatever deal that he made with Andrew about his daughters.
So Charles and Camilla are at the Vatican.
It is the weirdest thing.
What kind of dumbassery was Camilla wearing on her head today? It's like some black leaf crown or something. I don't even know.
Women's Wear Daily said it was a mantilla, which once I read that, I was like, oh, I guess it is sort of a mantilla, but it's not like a real one.
So I've never even heard of that. What is a mantilla? I guess I don't play enough crosswords, so I've never heard it.
I mean, it's basically just like a fancy headpiece, but it has like a more like religious connotation.
Oh, okay. Oh, like in the pictures you see of the Virgin Mary where she has that thing on her head?
Exactly.
Okay. So I never got confirmed, but I dealt with a lot of years of Catholicism. So Charles and Pope Leo prayed together, and this is the first time in 500 years that a monarch and a pope have prayed together. Like, you know, he told Andrew to relinquish his titles so he could go visit the Pope and not have to deal with questions. It's just so dumb.
Yeah, I mean, and they were so open about that, the palace.
Yeah.
Once Andrew made that announcement, it was like they were already wiping their hands of the situation, saying, okay, everybody back to Charles. You focus on Charles now because he's got this big meeting with the Pope. To be fair, the British press did adhere to that today. Like, it was apparently the first day in a week that Andrew hasn't been on the front page. So they were prepared to like, oh, okay, we're going to make a big deal about Charles meeting the Pope. And I still remember when Charles and Camilla made their tour of Rome earlier this year, they they went to the Vatican uninvited. What? Pope Francis told them not to come. He canceled their meeting, and they still showed up at the Vatican, and they were like, can we get a photo?
No. Did they give him one? I don't remember.
Yeah, he gave him one photo where he looked, you know, half dead. Poor Pope Franny.
He was hurting. Man.
I mean, it wasn't quite like the kiss of death of like J.D. Vance. I mean, Vance met Francis and just died immediately after.
Man. All right, well, let's move on to the comments of the week.
All right, my comment of the week is from Tom Sykes, has been going bonkers on his new Substack. He's trying to get readers and subscriptions, whatever. So he had a big exclusive about how when Donald Trump went to the UK for his big royal state visit, whatever, one of the first questions he asked Camilla was, what's the gossip on Meghan? And so my comment of the week is from Rapunzel. And she wrote, well, Trump knows if you want the truth, you got to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. So naturally, he asked Camilla.
It's pretty good. I like that picture you always use of her where she's like petting that horse and looking at it with her like she's just like an evil glint in her eye.
There are a lot of photos of Camilla with horses where they're just funny photos. There's one where she's standing in front of a horse and it makes it look like she has little horse ears.
Oh, that's the one. That's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah. I don't think Trump knows anything about Meghan. I think he just repeats what people tell him about her. He's like, she's nasty, because he's so dumb. I don't think he follows anything.
Yeah, he hasn't talked about her in a while, actually.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit weird to think that the first thing out of his mouth was, what's the gossip about Meghan?
Yeah, who knows? I doubt it. So my comment of the week is on your post about Kristen Bell's like really tone deaf Instagram post for her husband, Dex Shepard. And she wrote on this post, "Happy 12th wedding anniversary to the man who once said to me, quote, I would never kill you. A lot of men had killed their wives at a certain point. Even though I'm heavily incentivized to kill you, I never would." And when people were like, whoa, that's, horrible to joke about spousal murder, she didn't take it down. She limited the comments on the post.
She's awful.
Yeah, she's always been awful. She's also said things like they haven't talked. Like when they fight, they don't talk to each other for like 3 days. Like who does that? And they have kids and they don't talk to each other. So my comment of the week is from Square Baloney, and she says, or they say, I've had an impression for years that they're white-knuckling it through this marriage, staying together because they're constantly in therapy, working through all the ways they trigger each other. This awful joke certainly isn't reassuring.
Do you think they trigger each other? I think they're just kind of awful in the same way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think they're awful in the same way. She said when they first started dating, she would be dramatic and leave, and she had to learn not to do that. And I don't think they're happy. Like, I don't see where they're happy.
No, I'm not saying they're happy. I think they just fulfill each other in a weird way. Like, they're both so...
Two dirty peas in a pod.
Yeah, like, they're both so melodramatic and fucked up. I
don't think either of them would be fulfilled with anybody.
Yeah, I mean, Kristen Bell is not going to be fulfilled in a regular marriage to a nice guy.
No.
She needs the drama of whatever Dax is giving her. Yeah. And he needs it too.
Why would you post that about somebody, though? Like, even you could joke like that. I could see joking about it and being like, okay. But why would you post that and then just never take it down?
Yeah, or not offer any sort of context and, like, make it sound like... Yeah. Oh, happy 12th anniversary. Here's my husband threatening me. Gross. I've never liked them, though.
Yeah, I agree. They're annoying. All right. Well, thanks for listening, bitches. Have a good Halloween.
Thanks, bitches. Happy Halloween.
Thank you for listening to the Celebrity Podcast. Please rate, review, and subscribe wherever you listen. If you like us, please turn off your ad blocker when you visit our site. You can text us or leave a voicemail at 434-218-3219. Our music is from AA Alto, Maiden, and via Premium Beat and Sound of Picture. Thanks again.